So, I took this poop, right? It smelled really bad. Speaking of poop, I just thought I would take a moment to tell you about Final Fantasy XIV. First off, I play many games. Many good games. I have to say this is the biggest upset and waste of money in my life. I feel like I've been robbed by a billionaire. The fact that the development team at Square Enix had the nerve to put Final Fantasy on this game was infuriating. I played this game in beta, and I was very interested. Sadly, the interest came to an abrupt end once the release came out. Here's where the merciless review comes in for these jerk-offs who released this overhyped ball of shit to the public and called it a game. On a good note, the graphics in this game are stunning. They are probably the best graphics I have seen in an MMO, but if you have a beautiful game with no real point but to work your ass off like a Chinese gold farmer, you don't have much of a game, do you? I'm going to be honest, if you don't like crafting in an MMO, or could care less about it, you're already going to hate this game. 90% of your time in the game will be spent crafting for money, items, or repairs. All of which are vital if you want to fight. Most if not all of the items in the game are created from the players or sold at overpriced merchants in town. This means you will spend every second of your game time leveling up several crafting skills just to scrape by with money. Meaning if you want a weapon, you're going to have to go find someone to buy it from or to make it for you, which won't be cheap. But before all of you that may think, oh, crafting, not so bad, I can tell you right now that the process, even after being patched, is still highly dependent on luck and job level. How is that original for a game that's highly centered around crafting? Why not make it based more about skill or fun instead of constant grinding and failing? The sad truth is that even using the proper mechanics to build items, you still have chances to fail even the most simple items regardless of what level you are. Next is the HUD, or the heads-up display. Most MMOs have a simple interface adapted for the platform in which it's played. Final Fantasy's interface is just a cheap modification of the PS3 recycled in for the computer. Every option in the game must be explored through an ungodly amount of lagging windows that take forever to display, and in most cases 5 confirmation windows just to create a simple fucking item. The interface alone is enough to make me thrust my head through my monitor. After the horribly inefficient interface comes the horribly inefficient market, where all of these players will sell their goods to other players. Oh wait, it can't even be called a market, because there is no fucking market. There's just a shitload of players in random assortment, selling shit you don't want. The only way to find items is by looking at a player's name tag for a small brown bag icon next to it. This is the only way you can tell if and what someone is selling. There is no information on what or how many of anything is being sold by other players, and it is often 90% overpriced crap, because people have no idea how to make money, but try and scam people. They must have gotten lessons from the development team of this game meant to rob Final Fantasy fans of their money, and tell them they can't return it. This game took the sandbox concept of EVE Online and nuked the whole centralized market, as if it were something unimportant. This is where it gets even more fun. When you craft items, you'd think, okay, I'm a blacksmith, so I can make weapons. You're sadly mistaken. While it is actually interesting that you need the work of almost all other job classes to make a complete item, it is really fucking annoying to try and find those other random items that other players make if you have to click everyone's name tag and open several fucking menus every motherfucking time you want to find some crafting items. This problem in turn leads people often rolling up to 5 different classes just so they can make items on their own, all of which have to be leveled separately. Now, for all of the desperate fans out there defending this game, I have only to say that you can defend the shitbag who stole your money for a cheap ripoff of Final Fantasy, or you can let go and accept that this game should never have been released. Final Fantasy XIV changed nothing from the beta to the release, and the only changes they've made to the game so far won't be enough to save it. The worst of all is that all the players that left will not come back to a game that has this bad of a reputation if it is still pay to play. This game is an absolute unpolished and freshly squeezed shit. The end.